7. Ghost caught on camera. There are tons of ghost videos out there, but this one, easily one of the creepiest. On a fateful day, the YouTube channel Fourth Wall, known for diving headfirst into all things paranormal, got an email from a young woman named Kyoko. Kyoko was a young widow, and she lost her husband in the house they'd lived in for over a decade. But after his passing, things started to get seriously creepy. So unsettling, in fact, that she moved out for over a year. It was like some ancient curse had taken over. Despite the weird vibes though, Kyoko couldn't let go. This was the place where she shared so many memories with the love of her life. So she reached out to Fourth Wall, hoping they could bring some psychics and dig into the secret that seemed to be lurking there. This case piqued Fourth Wall's interest, and they didn't waste any time. Their rep, Meguru, showed up 5 days later to check things out, and what he caught on camera, downright chilling. Take a look.
箱が出てきたのが原因というのはどういうことなんでしょうか。
引っ越す時に見覚えのない箱が押し入れから出てきたんです。箱かどうかもわからないんですが、中に何か入ってると思います。なんとなく気味悪かったものですから、あまり触らずにそのまま置いてきてるんですが、おそらく縁起の悪いものかと思います。例えばその箱か中にある何かが呪われていたりして、それが拓也の死の原因になったのではと考えてしまった時期があるのですが、そんなはずはないですよね。教えてください。
これが押し入れです。これが京子さんが言ってた箱だと思います。
What you just saw, definitely not normal. Meguru was investigating a box Kyoko had mentioned, a box she never opened, believing it held some kind of secret. As he was checking it out, Meguru got this intense feeling like he wasn't alone in the room. That's why he moved so fast, trying to figure out who or what might be lurking in that abandoned house with him. But let's take a closer look. With the way that thing vanished, it's pretty obvious. Whatever it is, it does not want to be found. Before Meguru left though, he wasn't done yet. He set up night vision cameras in multiple rooms around the house, and that's when he caught this.
てみようかと思ってます。ちょっと待って、ちょっと確認します。
After witnessing this weird stuff, it's hard to shake the idea this house is definitely haunted. Fourth Wall eventually learned that before Kyoko bought the property, it was owned by a real estate agent named Mr. K. Interestingly, Mr. K had also lived there, and just like Kyoko's husband, Mr. K's partner passed away in that very house. They performed an exorcism on the property and opened the mysterious box. It contained a ring that once belonged to Mr. K's late ex-fiancée, but that just raises more questions. What's haunting this house? Could it be the spirit of Kyoko's husband? Or maybe Mr. K's late fiancée? Hey, what do you think of the new design? Dark, isn't it? Well, you better hurry up because the Halloween edition ends on the 7th of November, and once it's gone forever. Number 6. Chilling nightmares. There aren't many times when the moving shape of a ghost gets caught on camera, but in this video, you're about to witness something pretty rare. This guy is out in the woods, busy with some logs, sampling and weighing them right in front of a structure that looks a bit like a bunker. Maybe he's prepping for an apocalypse. Who knows? But while he's focused on his work, there's something going on in the background. Something downright chilling. Take a look.
Сучья, но это тоже тяжеловато. Ну, как бы это затратно, нахера это делать? Поэтому вот так вот я частенько просто сшибаю, обшибаю, короче, и готовые полено получаются. Но это тоже заморочки. Вот, казалось бы...
Did you catch that? Look closely. What looks like a transparent, ghostly figure can be seen strolling through the snow, and you can even spot the snow getting kicked up. Did this guy actually catch a spirit on camera while just filming a chilling camping video, or is it something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. The Strange Dog. While chilling at her roommate's place, Susan thought she'd catch a cute moment of their dog being, well, a dog. Maybe get some good old roommate material for laughs. But when she hit record, she had no idea she was about to catch something straight out of a horror movie. Listen carefully.
Kobe, what happened to you? What is that? Come on, Kobe, let's go. Come on. What is on you? Are you okay? What is on you? Kobe, come on. Kobe. What is this? What the... How did this happen? Kobe. Kobe. How did this happen? Come here. Look. Boy, your mama is gonna lose her damn.
The footage is pretty ordinary at first, The dog looks guilty as ever, surrounded by the shredded comforter it just destroyed. But things take a quick turn to the creepy side.
What is on you? Are you okay? What is on you?
Right when the camera zooms in on the dog's face, you can hear a whisper, "Let me in." And no, this isn't just some over the imaginative hearing trick. This whisper is there, faint but undeniable.
What is on you?
Right as Susan says, "Are you okay?" Like something was actually answering her. The dog's high-pitched whimpering almost makes it sound like it's responding. But here's the kicker. Even after all the skepticism about the background noises, the whisper doesn't sound like the dog at all. Plus, check out the fluff on the bed. It moved on its own. Now, I'm all for a rational explanation, but there's only so many coincidences a person can handle. If the dog is trying to release a vengeful spirit trapped in that comforter, I'd be getting some sage real quick. But whether it's just a trick of the mind or a genuine ghostly encounter, this one has all the hair-raising chills you could want. What do you think? Is there really something or someone trying to be let in? Let us know in the comments.
What is on you?
Number 4. Ghost in tennis court. Everything was fun and games on the tennis court. The players kept smashing the ball back and forth, the energy was high, the crowd was cheering. But then, something weird happened that had everyone pausing in confusion. Take a look at this bizarre moment that stopped the game in its tracks. Headshot. Jokes aside though, did you catch it? No? Well, he did. No, but seriously, how weird was that? It appears people watching were not startled by this ghost-like movement. No one seemed to be startled or flustered. Maybe they just didn't see it after all. But at least one player saw it, and he doesn't seem pleased. As if it was just an annoying fly, he smacked that ball right at the ghost, sending it packing to Valhalla or wherever it came from. Was that really a wise move? One thing's for sure, messing with a ghost like that is a bold move. Will it come back for revenge? Number 3. Haunted church. Ever been to an abandoned place at night with no one around? Yeah, probably not. And after seeing this footage, you might want to keep it that way. Here's what we know. Chris, the fearless adventurer from Urbex Hill, is always on the hunt for eerie spots that others avoid. He'd heard rumours about an old abandoned church tucked away in a remote corner of Idaho. Naturally, Chris couldn't resist. This was right up his alley. So, he packed his gear, including the night vision cameras, and set off to explore. He placed the cameras in key corners of the church, fully expecting just a quiet night of filming. But what he didn't know was that he was about to make one of the biggest mistakes of his life. Pay close attention as you watch the full 3 minutes of footage without jump cuts, because we found this one truly unexplainable. See if you can figure it out.
That's weird. What's upstairs? Oh shit. was super loud. That door wasn't closed. At least I don't think it was. What does that say? I think that noise was from outside. Yeah. There was somebody outside. Speaking of that, I'm about to go explore those houses. Oh shit. There's a whole nother upstairs. Shit, anybody can be in this church. All you need is a ladder. That's crazy. Alright. I'm gonna let the cameras keep recording. I'm gonna go explore those houses.
What's really interesting here is that we get both perspectives of the room. No jump cuts, no way for someone to sneak off camera between the door slamming shut and Chris getting there. Chris even walks us through the whole room, showing every nook and cranny, and there's no one to be found. But that's not even the creepiest part. Listen closely.
That door wasn't closed. At least I don't think it was.
Did you catch that? If you listen closely, you can hear a deep, masculine voice coming from somewhere in the background. This wasn't Chris's voice. By now, we know what his voice sounds like. This was different. Beastly, even like the growl of a ferocious animal ready to pounce.
I think it was.
Honestly, it's a good thing Chris didn't hear it in real time, or he might have been scared out of his frickin' mind, ending up in a hospital bed somewhere, wondering what the heck happened.
There's somebody outside.
Number 2. Mama's Ghost. Elaine was her mother's only child. Tragically, her mother passed away in May 2024. Losing her mum hit Elaine hard, and who could blame her? It's tough to let go of someone who meant everything to you, but as the days blurred into weeks, and weeks into months, she began to find her way through the grief. That was until one day in August, bored one night, Elaine and her roommate were doing what they often did for a laugh, checking the CCTV footage from around the house. Usually, there was nothing interesting, just a bunch of empty rooms. But this time, something on the living room camera caught their eye. Something very strange. If you look closely, there's more than just a shadowy figure moving across the living room. Something shiny, almost like a pair of glasses, is hanging in mid-air. Elaine immediately felt her heart drop. She knew it had to be her mum. The ghostly figure resembled her mother's silhouette, and those glasses, those were her mum's too. The recognition hit her hard, and she broke down, crying for hours. Not even her roommate's attempt to comfort her could ease her sorrow. But strangely, after that moment, she started to find peace. The sadness remained, as it always does when we lose someone we love. But the heaviness of grief had lifted a little. Maybe it really was her mum, showing up to help her find comfort and move on. What do you think? Was this a final, loving goodbye? Let us know in the comments. Number 1. Jeff Kessler. Jeff Kessler was just looking for an escape, a simple camping trip in the woods. After waking up, he had bacon for breakfast, packed his camping gear, and grabbed his trusty camera to document the adventure. He left home in the afternoon, munching on sandwiches along the way, ready for some peace in the wilderness. By nightfall, he was still wandering, trying to find the perfect spot to lay down, and that's when he spotted something, a sight so strange it made him freeze in his tracks. Something lurking that he'd never seen before, something that wasn't supposed to be there. Take a look at what Jeff managed to capture. Did you catch that? That pale figure sprinting towards Jeff from the shadows. That was the last thing anyone saw before Jeff vanished into thin air. All that was left behind were his camera and his camping gear, discarded in the heart of the woods. Was it something otherworldly that took Jeff that night? Whatever happened, one thing's for sure, the woods aren't always as empty as they seem, and sometimes what's out there is better left undisturbed.